We have 12 turns. And the total length is 6 kilometers. So really nice number. And the first cars will be on track in a few minutes. On a few seconds, because one of the Red Bull, it is Nello, is heading to turn 2. And the Red Bull driver is on outlap. He's rubbing his tires in this new Red Bull car of season 2026. He's driving through second sector. The castle section are behind him. In the new specification of cars in season 2026, we have new overtake mode and of course S mode, and Nello starts his lap. Heading to the first turn. He must go. Very nice one by Nello, but this is only first turn. This is not even first sector. Oh, that's a lot of problems. In the second turn, I think he can lose, 1/10 of a second. We will see. He's ending sector 1, what time he's going to do. Right now, it is turn 4. And the time in the first sector is 35.7. The castle section is in front of him. Now placed in the entire point holder. And again we have on a straight, but this straight width is with 2 corners. He's sending sector 2, what time he's going to make, we will see in a few seconds, and this is 1 minute 16.0. So this is a record, of course. He's first on the track who's going to do fast lap, and he's using his battery, he's using ace mode. And the final time of a Red Bull driver, we'll see in a few seconds, and this is 1:40.2. Overstanding his time, and the Haas driver is almost 1 second behind Red Bull driver Nello. Also want to say that, and Robbie finished his time, and right now it's George Nick. He's the fastest of the first drive. We have the old 1, but I think this is just letting by. We're a lap by Mercedes driver. Marty has a little problems there. He's driving through this castle section. He will be ending second sector. What time he's going to make? Right now it's 13-14 turn. And very straight braking, and he must be go on the wall. Yes, he is on the wall. that much time. Into the last third sector. Inside track. He's using the S mode, but look how his battery is low. And he goes to the pit, so that lap wasn't good. Note Nathan, Yul Kalinantovic, Toru and Michael Ronnie have qualified after Friday round in my drink for the first time on channel. And Saiban, the Ferrari driver, is on our lap. He's driving through the second sector. Only 11 minutes left in this qualifying. Right now we have George Lane, Ada, Paul, Zida. But anything can change, we will see. And Serban starts his fast lap. And the second turn is behind him. Really is more, but I don't have information about this level of battery, but that isn't a big problem. I think this is a game crash, but he's finishing the first sector with the time 35.8. And this is a record in the first sector. So great start. Clap from him. Castle section, the hardest in the entire track. Very close to the barriers, but that did well. And we have the yellow core. That means the overtake mode is on. But of course this isn't a problem, and the time in second sector is 1:16.6, and that isn't a record in second sector. So great first sector, but second I think mid. I predict that he is gonna be 4. That can be. No, he's 7 with a huge gap. The first George Lane. Mathematic, who left his lap, I think 3 minutes before. He's starting another. He's driving through the fourth corner. Again, problem of Martin van Dijk. That castle sections went perfect. The last moments of second sector. What time he's going to make? It is 1:16.6. That isn't a record. We can see that in the map. He's driving through the spread sector. He's using overtake boost. Oh, we can see the number of crossings. That's good information. And the S mode, same. He will be his 8th behind Serban. The first in our grid drone lane is doing another fast lap. Can he improve? Yes, he's improving, but at the moment he lost his car. Because I think one or two cars, I don't look closely. But he is going to the pits. Abnel do the same thing, and he is going to end this lap, and he is right now first. What a lap from a Red Bull driver. He's over half a second quicker than the Mercedes driver. Really nice lap. And Nickerson is first. Meister lap is 4. He's right now doing fast lap. In the first sector, and this is a little but still it's gripping the group. This is far away to take Nickerson. He's driving through the 12th turn, but he has a lot of battery, the full battery. He's using right now. Straight. Second sector with time 150.0. That's his record in the second sector. Great second sector by the Audi driver. He must finish this lap. He must. Finish his lap with a cold blood. And he is second. He overtakes George Lynn and Nickerson, but is still behind Nelu at his phenomenal time. He gets provisional 4. Track Russell is also having a quick one. Oh, but that was a solid impact, and this time is involved. Same thing with Renault, like martial up, he has fuel battery. He's using on this straight. He's ending, and he don't touch the wall, so that's going really well, but he isn't improving. He's using the S mode, he's using the battery, and what he's going, where he's going to be. He's on 6, so he's improving by 1 position. He's ahead of Vestek. The pickup driver drops to P7. that was slide in by Robbie, another big car driver. With only 2.5 minutes left of this qualifying, final lap times will be, of course, the most important in the entire session. But Robbie, this is his last lap time and he is 11. So he isn't in the top 10. Last try also starts Mark van Dijk. Beautifully taken in first and second turn, using the S mode but not the battery. Waiting to use this after castle section. Turn 4 right now. Behind him, and the Audi driver will be trying to not touch the wall the entire lap. That will be very important. Much love retire of the session, so that means she won't make and he won't make any lap time. Martin Abay cuts this corner, so I think he's trying to start another lap because that was lap 1. And the George Link, he was first for a few minutes, but Nell with a great time. Nell jumped to P1 and he is right now P3 because Michael Lab do a great job with his Audi. Oh, that was solid impact in turn 2. He might lose very this time. Yeah, so this is a big one, over 2. 0.2 of a second, he's slower than his previous lap. Just because the second turn, I think. Castle section, drives perfectly. He must be fast in the second sector and the third, so you can think about maybe P2 because P1 I think is too far away. Take away Neil pole position. And Nicholson is P2. Look how close he is to Nelu. But George Lane is ending his lap. He's using S mode. The battery is 0 right now, and he won't make that lap quick because slow down in the straight. This is his final corner. He's setting to the main straight. What time he's going to make? S mode is also earned in his car, and this is P8. He stay at this position. What a great qualifying we just seen. And we are heading into the race. The top 3 after this qualifying is Nelu on P1. Second is Nicholson, and third Marshall Lap completes the P3. In a few moments we will be under 5 red lights. And that is 5 red lights are going to... And it's lights out, and away we go. I think Nelu can still be first after the first turn, but this is a collision! The first two drivers, that is Nelu and Nicholson, just turn at spin at first turn. And the lead takes Mercedes of George Link. Brad Schweitzer is second, but he must fight with Werner. The third turn. But Sema is also fighting for P2. What a brilliant battle for the second position of this race. Oh, that was 2 mistakes, but by, I think, Fraser and Serban. Serban gets a penalty, the same thing with Fraser. And what is it? This is Fraser in the buyer. This is turn 7. Pure house in the first lap of this race, and George Link is on P1, but right now this is a virtual safety car on the track. So the most of the drivers have medium tire compound. Only Tracer and Marshall Lap, we are looking for 11, are on hard tire compound, and Proby on soft. And Toro, he starts, I think, for 15 or 16. I think 16, but right now he's 17. Nicholson is 17, so off P2 to P17 from McLaren driver. Now Lewis P6, so not that bad. And we are starting again this race. And the battle for P2 is still open. In it we have Werner, Tracer, Orban and Saban. And Nello, I think, is also fighting for P2 in that battle, in that train. He's heading to the turn 4. And Dariusz Poszalski is also in bias, but I think was turn 3. First drivers are in pit, that is Verstex, Osman Sidat and Proby. And this is Verstex. And Dariusz Poszalski crashes into the castle section. This is second incident in the 2 laps. But Lucek is closing the gap to Martin van Dijk. Can he overtake the Audi driver? Oh, that was 1-2 contact with barrier. He's closing the gap. He's going inside on the final straight. ahead of the... Yes, he is! He's ahead of the Audi driver and he takes P9 because the truck racer is in the pit, so William Driver, I think, yeah, win the match, and we have safety car on the track. What happened? I think Nicholson crashed, I think. I don't know where. Is it part of the track? The grid now will be closing the gaps to each other, and they will drive behind Mercedes AMG. George Link has beautiful pace in the back to straight. I'm really impressed. The same driver is going to visit his mechanics. And a few more drivers also is in the pits. Right now, Venice in first position, but of course, he will pit. The drivers that pitted on the front of the pack is George Link, Nelu, and not Nathan. If we're talking about the top 3, 4 is not. This is of course P3 is not Nathan. P4 is Julian, Kalin, and Toby. And we are talking about Edestoro, Lutek, Martin, Michael Lonnie, Michael Lap, Trot Racer, Tausch Poszowski, Froby, Ostensilat, and Weistex. All of them. They go to the pits. If we are talking about the most position gained, of course we are not talking about Werner and Ozan with 7 because they don't pit it yet. But the most position gained by the drivers that pit it, not Nathan, Julian, Kalinantovic, and Turo. They're having 9 positions up. So right now, the drivers who pit, all of them are on hard tire compound, and that who don't pit are in the mediums. think the safety car will be end at top 7 out of 26. Because of we have two drivers still driving in the final straight. I think this is Vice there. And I think this is promotion time. If you're joining tonight's action and would like to raise yourself, feel free to join our late end community. We are always happy to welcome new drivers, and we'd love to see you on the grass in the future, of course. You can be also a commentator like me, or maybe a steward. And only Proby, no Proby, but also Proby, also see that and Basic still catches the train behind the red Mercedes AMG safety car. Vestek is in the pits. So the safety car will take longer. And we are waiting for only one driver, but that isn't important. Because that is information from race control, so that's the car in this lap. And when I start these rivalizations once again, he's burning his tires into the final meters of this track. He will start the rivalization, and he will start lap 7 out of the 26. Of course, has driver not pit yet. Same thing with Ozan and Seban. He's still warning his tires when he is gonna restart this race. And there he goes. I think Ozan is too far away to try or take Ozan. No more grapes, so we have the race information. I think nothing changes, but we have also the fight of the third position and the two Ferraris and Mercedes. George Link is going through. He's going inside, and he is P3 overtakes Seban. his opponent for George Lane will be Aston Martin drive by Ozan, but that we will talk later. That's the story of Julian Kalin battle between Cadillac and Red Bull. For two Red Bulls, because Toro also is really close behind the two. The yellow flag in sector 2, and this is Tracer. And we have once again, I think this is virtual safety car. So we have lap 7. We don't even complete a one lap. And I think he's going to crash to end his race. The Williams rubber, and he's going to full throttle. And he's going to crash. Must go to the pit if he wants to continue the race. He's going to pits. Oh, and that is a solid impact. Trash Racer are out of this race. So crash in the pits, and the green flag is on track. And at the moment we will have a battle between two Ferraris, but we have also battle between Marshall and Micheloni. Micheloni don't have a win. But this is just a game back. I think it's just a game back. Yellow flag in sector 2, and this is Frobby once again. But we have also fight for P11 between Mascheroni and Dariusz Bożelski. And George Lane getting closer to Aston Martin. As I said before, he's going to catch these two drivers, with his Werner and Ozan. Driving to the first two positions, but they too don't compete yet. But Ozan is also catching Werner, who is going to overtake first. Ozan, George Lane, and he's going off the track, and he's falling down the classification. And right now he is P7. And if we are talking about the first driver that he goes the pit, this is not Nathan, so the Ferrari driver is really impressing me. In this race, of course, this is only lap 9 out of the 26. We have a fight between Rod Nathan and Ozan, and this is a battle won by Rod Nathan, and also Ozan is dropping down because of Nelo, and Rod Nathan overtake Vernon. He takes the first. Whoa! This is Rod Nathan also falling in the classification. And he's dropping to P6 right now. Can name this cruise of being first, but now after this problem in the first lap, he's back to P1 after this spin in the first turn with Nicholson, who isn't racing in this race. Oh, and this is Crash Bowena, and another driver visit in the barriers. Right now we have P1 and P2 from the Red Bull drivers with Odanelu Toro. George Link is already full. Great pace from him. He's, I think, not Nathan. Who also crashed, I think, a few minutes before. The biggest question is, who will win after the slide of Baku? Uwaga, tylko że drugim to jest Dariusz Poszelski. That is Dariusz Poszelski crashing into the barriers. And Martin van Dijk also is out of this race. And we have a fuel safety car. Again, twice in this race. We can, I can write it on paper. And again, Toro is going to pits. The full grid, I think, is going to pits. Toro can lose some time, of course, because Nello is also pitting. He does, I think, 3 or 4 seconds more. He's also preparing his front wing. So we have again fuel safety car. 4 drivers are out of this race, and that isn't Werner versus Xavier Pochowski, Robbie and Seba are catching the straight behind safety car. I don't know, I think in 3 laps. Not 3 laps, but in 1 lap. Seba join our train. And we will restart for 4th time this race because I'm counting also virtual safety cars. Dariusz Puszalski, Werner and Basis join our grid. The drivers who must get close is Robbie and Seba. And we have for twice in this race information lap of brake control. That's something on this lap. And look for last time on his tires. We have a half a race. We have lap 13 out of 26. So half the race is behind us. The biggest question right now is when the no start this revolution. And he starts this right now, but that is a good start because Nathan isn't close to the Red Bull driver. And Thoreau overtake Marshall lap for 5 for the 6th position. Anything changed? Oh, that was one, twice. Take a look check and Kalman Bobby. Michael up. And he's overtaking Thoreau again. So Thoreau is back in the 7th position. We have a chaos there in the castle section. I think I can see that, but I don't know. It's Cadillac. What do you want? Can't tell me who? It's up to P6. Great. 2nd sector by the Cadillac driver. And not Nathan overtake Nelu for 5 in the 1st position. Can switch to the first 2 driver because I think this is gonna be a little change in the front of the pack. That was Dariusz in the barriers. And now it's closer to the Ferrari driver. They are driving capo in Italian. Tire by tire. And not Nathan defend this position. So P1 is off. P1 is off. So P1 is off. So P1 is still taken by Ferrari driver. That was a huge mistake by Nelu, and George Ling takes up punch. Look how George Ling is close to the Ferrari driver, not Nathan, will be defending the final straight of the lap 15, and we will start lap 16. It is already 110 or 210. If you are looking into classification, what is there? This is Dariusz Korzalski. He's going inside, but not I think he's going to keep that position. No, we have a little change. And this is not little change. Great response by George Lee and not Nathan. They are having a great battle in the first sector. Who will win it? This is the biggest question. George Lee is going outside. And still not Nathan. I think he's going inside, but he don't do it. So we have Mercedes on top. Nelu is also close, and Marshall Lab is also close. We have 4 drivers close to each other, and we have another yellow flag that afraid that is throwing. And what that's doing? George Lane is dropping to P6. Another mistake by Mercedes driver. He is losing another position. George Lane is heading to the pits. I think this is his right stop. Oh, here. Yeah, here. Crashing front wing. He's going behind his teammate. Let's want to see that. Only 9 laps left. Fight for P1. We have not Nathan on first position. Second is Nelu on the hard tires. Will be faster lap by lap. Marshall Lap is third. 4 is Yuan Khan on top of P4. 5 is Toro, and that's it. The fight for P1. And a few minutes ago, that was also George Lane, but after his mistake, well. and not Nathan have Nell on his back, and he is getting closer. The S mode and battery are used by Red Bull driver. We will see that this Red Bull have wings, and he's ahead of the Ferrari, but Ferrari have great response, and he is still having P1. But that is a really nice late move braking by Marshall, but he stays free. This lap 18 by 26. He's doing good now. The Julian Klementovic loses his position to Toro, and Marshall can do the same thing. This is turn 6, turn 7, and we are heading into the turn 8 if we are driving with Nerd Nathan. The castle section is just ahead of us. The hardest turn in the entire F1 calendar. We are driving 3-4 times really close to the barriers on these 3 corners. Can Toro overtake Marshall on the straight? We will see. He's getting closer. He's slowing down, and the Marshall is going inside, and this is a crash. Marshall is on the bars, and he is going down, and he is right now P9. And Toro drops to P3. And now he's getting close to the Ferrari driver, not Nathan Lamar's defense. He's using S mode, but can he overtake the Ferrari driver? This is really close. No, he can't. But he's ahead. Yes, Nello overtakes, not Nathan. What a fight between 2 Red Bulls and the Ferrari. And not Nathan, we have the 3 drivers in the 1 line. And Toro is on the first. Toro is the first. What a drive by Polish driver. And Toro is going away from Nathan. This is over 1 second. So great pace from him. This is already 2 seconds, so right now we are fighting for P2. Not Nathan's versus Nelu Safu. Who will win that battle? I think in a few moments we will start lap 20 out of the 26. Only 7 laps remaining. Nelu's getting closer and closer. He's on his back. And we have 2 Red Bulls on the first position, but we have a response from not Nathan. Again, he's responding in the first turn, but right now we have Thor on first position and Nelu. 2 Red Bulls on the front of the pack. We have it very often watch this, the first 2 Red Bulls in the first 2 positions on the grid in the previous season, but not Nathan is also going to do leg braking move, and he take back this second position. and the Julian Hasnantovic is still behind Red Bull. So great pace from the Cadillac driver. But right now, will have a great opportunity to overtake the Ferrari driver. But Julian Hasnantovic is also very close. Cannot Nathan lose 2 positions on 1 turn. Now he can. But we have still fight with Red Bull, and this is what happened there? This is not Nathan and the Bayer. 55. So Julian, what I said, he's going to right now. He's be free. Nathan is also overtaken by Werner. So I think the fight for P1 is close, if Toro don't make any stupid mistakes, of course. But he is not famous from making that. But now it is Julian chasing Nelu. Yellow flag in sector 3. This is Werner. And Nathan, and this is... He drives too far away from... And again he touched the wall. Very bad first two corners by Nathan. Go flag in sector 2 and who is it? This is... I think this is Marshall. I have still fight for P4. Several times from the station, so that means we will have a P1 safety car. I think no. Oh, thank God that here it goes. Third length as the fastest time race so far, but he's on soft tire compound. And right now he's standing behind of Messina, his teammate. but we will have a fight between these two because the gap is really it's really small. And the loot track is really close to not Nathan. But real nice defend by the right driver. And now is really catching Toro because their gap is 1.7 seconds. And that in that point this is even less. It is at a second. I don't know what Toro is doing. It's slowing. Maybe he just wants to fight with Nelu. Take a photo finish, and this is crashed! Nero crashed, but he loses only one position. And all front wing. And Nelu takes the lead of the race. I don't know what happened in Toro, but he's closing and he's out of the track. He's going to spin and back on track, but honestly he's going to drive this P3, but he had a really close. Ozan and Werner in the P4 and P5. Julian Kalinantovic is P2. Terrible laps, the last laps of this GP from Toro. I said Toro is not famous for making stupid mistakes, but I don't know who was thinking to make this. And right now he must overtake on the last lap Uzan and Werner. And this is Ozan who takes P3, and right now Gaston Martin driver is on podium. Toro is not having any battery, and this is Werner. This is Werner. He's going inside. Can he overtake Red Bull driver? Yes, he can. He's P4. Toro. Oh, P5. Terrible. Two laps from the Red Bull crowd. Nelu starts final lap of the race. He is driving through the second sector right now. Toro touches again for his wall in turn 5. Hey, Ozan! Ozan is on the bias in the castle section on the last lap, and he's out of Baku GP on the last lap. Toro jumped to P4. Can he fight to the podium? And Toro is also crashed. What is happening on this track? But the most important thing right now, it is Nelu. He's using Gizmo and he is using battery. And he is winning the Baku Grand Prix of season 13 of the VD Racing League. He's first. And he's taking the entire victory for Red Bull. Toro and Ozan are out the last lap, and by that Werner jumped to P3, Julian by great drive his P2, P4 is not Nathan, who had a terrible accident. Marshall up is 5, Lucek is P6, George Lane is P7, P8 is Vestex, the 9 is Osman Sidat, P10 is Froby, P11 is Starzhelski. Toro finished 10. And no, Toro finished 12. So Froby is P10 and Starzhelski is 11. So this is entire Baku Grand Prix race of TF Friday. Really because the emotions are very much of rivalry. In a few minutes we will be heading into interviews with the top 3 finished today, that are Nel on P1, Nel P2 is Julian Kalinantovic, and P3 are Werner and Haas. So we have Nelu in P1, second is Julian, third is Werner, 4 is Nathan, 5 is Marshall up, 6 is Lucek, 7 is George Link, 8 is Vestex, 9 is Osman Sida, 10 is Froby, 11 is Dariusz Pożalski, 12 is Toro, who don't finish, 13 is Ozan, 14 is Serban, 15 is Martin van Dijk, 16 is Marshall Roney, 17 is Trust Racing, and Nicholson close out grid. So we are heading into the interviews with the top 3 finish today. So Julian joined our first. So for first, I'm congratulations on the podium for P2. Great race from you today. And the first question to you from me is: was there any moments where you felt victory was still achievable?
Yeah, I believe that I could win today, but it was a strategy that cost me the win today. But first race in these 2026 cars was incredible and was so tough to take it.
Okay, and what was the biggest challenge you faced during the race?
Probably I faced with the yo-yo effect with this ERS management. You need to do a lot of lift and coast, managing your battery, and so on. Not
And the
not for
last
my
question.
style.
Yeah, okay. The last question from me to you is, who was your biggest opponents throughout the race?
I think in the championship, also in this race, I could the Red Bulls could be my closest rival.
Okay, so I think that brings us to the end of tonight's broadcast from Baku. Thank you to everyone who joined us. But no, Werner joined us. Hello, Werner.
Hi.
Hello, I don't expect you to join us. So the first, congratulations on securing a podium fillers. How pleased are you with today's result?
Oh, that was a very tricky and crazy race. So, yeah, I was in the front and then in the back and now P3. That was very crazy for me. A little bit lucky. So, yeah, everything was good.
Did you expect to be fighting for the podium before the race started?
No way. Normally in this league I've got P10. That's my plan for the race, but yeah, today P3, very good for me.
And what was the most important moment in your race tonight?
Ooh, the most important. I think the last lap, the accident of Toro. So yeah, from I win 2 positions.
So okay, and thank you and congrats also from finishing P3 today. You do an amazing job, and that brings us to the end of today's broadcast from Baku. Thank you to everyone who joined us throughout the race, and congratulations to our podium finishers and all the drivers who took part in another fantastic event. From us, from all of us in the commentary team, thank you for watching. Take care, and we will see you next time for round 3 of season 3. Thank you and see you tomorrow.